Welcome to a new video. In this video, we're going to talk about the top 5 best graphic cards in budget. Let's get into the video. The best cheap graphic cards are more than capable of delivering excellent performance without breaking the bank, in no small part due to the never-ending war between Nvidia and AMD for graphic cards market share. This has led to many of the best graphics cards from Nvidia launching at cheaper prices than the cards from the previous generation that they were replacing. And while the best AMD graphics cards have seen some price increases generation on generation, many of their IT cards are much more powerful than their previous generation counterparts, so they still offer a great value proposition. Number 1 is AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. The AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT is an absolute 1080p powerhouse, easily able to power the latest games at max settings. However, its proximity to the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3060 Ti makes it hard to recommend for most people. As far as budget graphic cards go, you really can't go wrong with the AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. It might not be able to put out the kind of 1440p performance that even the RX 5700 XT was able to, but for the 1080p performance, you can easily get solid frame rates on max settings for your favorite games. And while it does feature ray tracing even at 1080p, ray tracing will absolutely tank any graphic card's performance. Number 2 is Nvidia GeForce RTX 3050. The Nvidia GeForce RTX 3050 is one of the few Nvidia graphic cards from the Ampere era that's anything close to being considered a budget graphics card. And for what it is, it's a solid choice for 1080p gaming. It also comes with a lot of features that AMD cards simply don't have, like machine learning-enabled deep learning super sampling DLSS technology and tensor cores to not just play games at fast frame rates, but also to handle creative workloads that even the best AMD graphic cards will stumble over. Still, it's expensive for an Nvidia XX50 series card, with the GTX 1050 and GTX 1650 launching for nearly half the price for the RTX 3050. Number 3 is AMD Radeon RX 6600. The AMD Radeon RX 6600 arrives in a weird time for graphic cards. Both AMD and Nvidia have released some of their best products in a decade, but with a global silicone shortage, it's almost impossible to get your hands on anything at a reasonable markup, let alone the price that the manufacturer actually intended. It's left us wanting for a budget-level graphics card that more people can actually afford and get into their systems, especially folks that have older cards like the GTX 1060, which is still the most popular GPU in the world. Number 4 is AMD Radeon RX 5700. When it comes to budget AMD graphic cards, the Radeon RX 5700 is about as good as it gets. Capable of delivering 1440p gaming on ultra or max settings, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a better mid-range graphics card at this price point. Some sacrifices had to be made for affordability, however, and it's just barely affordable. The Radeon RX 5700 doesn't come with ray tracing, so the budget-minded will have to wait a little while longer before that feature makes it into even the best cheap graphic cards on the market. Number 5 is Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Super. Replacing the Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660, the Nvidia GeForce GTX 1660 Super is absolutely one of the best cheap graphic cards on the market right now. It's able to crank out nearly 80 FPS on Middle-earth Shadow of War on ultra graphic settings at 1080p, and even managing a decent 54 FPS at 1440p. This is incredible considering it comes in at under $250, £200, and $400 Australian dollars. Still, The NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Super does have its drawbacks. It still goes with the DVI port in lieu of a second HDMI port or even a USB-C. And while it does have a DisplayPort, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.